No intro?
No, I just went live. Fuck it.
Skip it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the intro and says "fuck live."
Yeah, I just want to
this
live.
This is Doofy TV.
Fucking case no foreplay tonight.
Straight,
There's no warming us up.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Oh, Robin Thompson's already here, and she's calling me a queen. Thanks, Robin. You're a queen too on your throne of mattresses.
We love you, Robin Thompson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So, where should we start here? You guys think? Going to Glenn?
Let's start my buddy Glenn. My buddy Glenn was a fashionista.
So Glenn got arrested again.
We haven't talked about Glenn in a while.
We have not.
No.
And he's become quite the fashionista.
Oh my God.
I sent Kate and I sent Pat the picture. I think we should pull that up first because I have some comments on that for us.
What picture?
Yeah, Pat, can you pull up the picture?
What picture?
Are you questioning Glenn Cerio's fashion choices? How dare you?
Oh,
the picture of Glenn.
Hold on a second.
Can't miss.
Yeah, those pants were something else. I was like, what the hell is he wearing?
There we go. Can we make that a little bit bigger? I thought I fucking edited it out. You might have a better copy, Kate, if you can pull it up.
I think I just opened a different window.
Between the pants. There we go.
Oh no.
Clean that up or there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a whole
what in the what is he wearing? What?
I didn't realize he was so fat.
Oh yeah. And the cops
that's the stuff.
That bitch was 220 at birth. So, Glenn, I'm sure you're watching this, or someone's gonna fucking tell you to watch this. You gotta stop shopping in the normal section. You have to go to big and tall now. That shirt, if you pop a button, you'll get arrested for aggravated assault, bro. You can put someone's eye out. That's those buttons are pushing maximum density, bro. They're gonna hurt somebody. So, yeah, Glenn's had a rough week. Glenn's been well, first off, he's been trespassed from Walmart. And, we talk a lot of shit about Seattle for not pressing charges on Glenn. I sent Kate and Pat a couple documents about Glenn. He has been charged in multiple trespassings, multiple obstructions. The one I sent was, and I'm not sure which one this is. If you guys recall the park a couple months back where he completely berated that female officer, they went back. Is this that one?
This is document 1. You sent me 2 of them. One was document 1, the other was document 3.
Unfortunately, which one it is. So he was at it was a train accident where a pedestrian committed suicide in front of a train, and Glenn was down below and completely berating this female officer, just calling her a lesbian, calling her the C word, just fucking complete vile, typical Glenn bullshit. They finally went back and they actually charged him with obstruction and trespass. Park was clearly marked, closed after dark. Now, I don't know what the status of these cases are. He has been charged them. I have not had a chance to verify they are still pending. But like I said, he was charged in that incident with 2 counts of misdemeanor. The second.
Do we have the video of that incident? Because I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one either.
Pat, are you able to go to Glenn's? I can pretty much tell which one it is. It was a while ago.
Yeah, just give me a second.
I didn't think about on the video, but I thought we all.
Thank you, Pat. You're so good to us as we just jerk you around here in all different directions.
I thought I was pretty organized tonight too. I'm like, here's a link for this, a link for that. We're all good to go.
You're jerking off Doofy's pecker.
Exactly. It was a nighttime video. He was in a park. It was a while.
How recent was it?
Fuck, bro. I can't see. Medic. I need a medic.
I need medical.
What was the subject of it? Where were they?
They were in a park. It was a pedestrian accident. And unfortunately, his titles are so bold. Maybe if you can look at the date on the police report.
I see. This one I'm hovering on now looks like it's an accident. I don't know if that's it.
It was at night though. That's his daytime. This is actually an accident Glenn got into. He ran into somebody.
I didn't know he got in an accident.
Oh yeah, it wasn't his fault though. Lady cut in front of him.
No, this is crazy. That yeah, I remember this one.
Yeah, this is like 2 weeks ago.
So,
Was the park one before that or after that?
Oh yeah, it's way before that. See if you can look at the date on the police report.
Wasn't it like May 12th? I want to say.
I think it was.
Oh, that's a while back then.
Yeah.
That's like 7 months ago, 6-7 months ago.
And this fucking idiot puts out so many videos. It's hard to keep up. I apologize. I should have sent that video to you.
That's okay.
You guys can keep talking while
I can't believe I missed it. One of his terrible misogynist rages.
Oh, it was
usually
bad.
I hear those.
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely bad. Let me see if I can log into my iPad. I haven't got my Wi-Fi hooked up in my house yet, so I'm fucking piggybacking off my phone.
Ooh, fucking Wi-Fi is wireless. How do you hook it up?
Dude, I just fucking moved in. Fucking lucky I got power.
Oh, it's Wi-Fi. Why do you gotta hook it up for?
Oh, we're archaic out here, bro. I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah, but it's wireless.
Desert.
Let's see.
There's too many videos for me to figure out which one it is.
Beth A has us covered. She just gave us the title. Unleashed Fatality. Yeah.
Is there any date range?
Why does he name all his videos like they're some sort of like fucking fighting video game?
Oh.
Like Unleashed Fatality.
Beth.
The way you spelled it probably won't come up in a search.
Why can't Glenn title his videos like normal people do?
Have you met Glenn? He's not normal.
Pat, I love you, but I would go with
Oh,
I'd go with
found it.
Unleashed over the Fatality.
Yeah, right. I got part 1 and part 2.
There it is. It's part 1. It's part 1. Part 1. Thanks, Beth.
Beth, you're awesome.
Thank you, Beth.
Yep. Appreciate it.
So, gotta love it. He's filming. Somebody committed suicide. That's fantastic.
You might want to kind of scroll forward until he starts interacting with them. There we go. That's pretty good. Hey, Beth, while we're doing this one, if you could find the one possibly also where he got trespassed in the parking garage, where him and his buddy were in the parking garage and was told to leave, that'd be awesome if you let us know, since I didn't do my work.
You suck.
This fucking shit. This annoys me. They need to pass some laws on this shit.
Well, it is up to the officer to secure that, right? Should they turn off their screen?
Well, the thing is, though, you're not worried about that when you get to a scene necessarily. And some of them are laptops where you could close it, and some of them are not. They're like,
Nah.
for example, we have tablets in our vehicles, and you can't really. There's not a good way to shut them off easily because they're the way they're mounted in the car.
Yeah, and some are just actually monitors. Then what they could do is put a screensaver on there that turns on after like 60 seconds or something once they leave their car, but you shouldn't have to. I mean, but then again, you have people like Glenn and other auditors who have no boundaries. We might want to go a bit forward from this.
Golly, Seattle still got Crown Vics. Goodness.
Oh yeah.
What's your name?
What's your name?
No name? Anonymous?
I'll sweep the leg. I'm gonna sweep it.
You don't mind if I just step over to you? What's that?
Stop playing games. You know the answer to that.
What game is that?
The game where you try to get people to say something stupid.
Is that really my game?
That is your game.
Really?
Yeah. I've seen all your videos.
You've seen them all?
Yes.
Wow.
We need 1,000 other people.
Should I be impressed?
No.
No? Okay.
We're just aware of who you are.
Oh, okay. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It is just a thing.
Oh, it's just a thing? Okay.
Now the upside is he didn't go down to the tracks and see the body. Thank God.
Hey, buddy. Want to identify yourself? No? That's against the law, buddy. You got to identify yourself. You are a public servant. You are
Against the
required
law?
to identify yourself.
It's against the law.
Uh-oh. You're in breach of the law.
Like the Constitution. It's in
Uh-oh.
the-
Look at
Also.
you. Look at you go. Lose a couple 100 pounds, huh? Treadmill. Treadmill.
He's want to talk.
I stepped over the tape. Oops.
The
Oops.
cop said 220. He was 220 at birth.
Police line, do not cross. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
California Citizens Watch points out it's against policy. And actually, in some cases, it's the same against policy unless you
They
interact
don't
with the
want me
person.
over there.
You're kind of right, pure chaos. Like I said, for our policy is unless I interact with you, we don't have to identify ourselves. If you just walk up to me like Ass Elmo or somebody, I can kind of keep on going, kind of like Glenn's doing here.
Somebody's car. Must be like a dead body down there. Somebody's car.
Should I skip ahead a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, there's an interaction with a female officer where he just completely goes off.
Just send an email, then I'll be down there with you guys. Okay, and we have our TCIs coming out. Okay, right on.
Who are you?
My name is Officer.
You got the thin blue line on your back. Oh, you took it. Oh, there. No, there it is. There it is. Seahawks thin blue line. Who are you? Name, badge number? No? Refusing? Breaking the law? Okay. That's normal with you guys. Thin blue line. Hey, thin blue line. I'm gonna go with you.
I know you're gonna stay here, man.
I'm going.
He really is a mental midget.
He sure is. I figured out which arrest report goes with this, too.
Okay, cool. You can probably buffer head a little bit more.
You are getting smarter. Oh, they blacking them out now. Someone's garbage.
Just seems to be a lot of him filming in windows.
Yeah,
trying to get
there
badge numbers.
might be part 2 where he talks to the
Smart.
female officer.
Nope.
He calls her a lesbian, calls her just all kinds of derogatory shit.
This one's 2 hours long.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna watch all 2 hours.
Overboard.
Yeah.
Couldn't handle fucking an hour of Glenn.
Oh, there's the female cop though.
Yeah. He just asked if she.
It's
Yes. I'll pause it there real quick. I'm sorry. I'm going back up
you
in a second. He just asked her if she's gender.
He asked her what for her gender?
Is she? No, he asked if she's transgender.
Oh.
I'm gonna play it.
Hi, I'm talking to you. Hello. Anyone home? You're a transgender? Okay. Just say it.
That's good. And then come straight down to this pole.
That's overboard, Justin.
Then you can just take it this way over to the LT's car. Hang it up anywhere.
What's going on, man? Why are we taping off the whole park?
Trying to do our job.
People want to walk their dog, man.
Park's closed.
Park's closed. Open. People can walk their dog. Strong. KH Strong.
Yep, 5851.
Okay. Oh boy. Gotta watch this guy. He's sneaky. You're sneaky.
Oh, okay.
You are sneaky. Justin, what are you doing, man? That is overboard, Justin. You taking a pee in your own car?
Okay, sir, like I told you, I'm Officer to Seattle Police, Serial 8406. So per 11-12-070, you're trespassed from the park.
We're working on it.
Yes, sir. So right now the park is closed, and it is closed. There's a sign over there from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Where's the sign? Can you show me the sign?
It's right over there. Unfortunately,
You want to get the light out of my eyes, buddy?
So here's the deal.
I can take it. I can take it from you.
No, I just told you the SMC
Want me to
code.
take it from you?
You need to leave the park. If you do not leave the park, we are going to write a charge by officer. I'm going to write a full documentation of the report, and you can get charges in the mail.
Oh, so you're threatening me with trespass, correct?
Yes, I'm not threatening you.
You're not threatening. You just said you're going to trespass me, right?
So right now I'm asking you to leave the park because the park is closed from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Uh-huh.
If you don't leave, that is a personal choice that you can make, and you can make here and stay. At that point, I'm going to write a charge by officer report.
Uh-huh.
And that report will be documented fully with all your information. At that point, you can be charged by the city for trespass.
And you understand, to trespass me, you have to write a trespass notice. So until you show me a formal trespass notice, I'm not leaving. Thank you. Goodbye. Adios.
I'm writing a charge by officer. Do you need me to explain that to you any further, or do you understand?
I fucking love how he tells them how to do their job every time. Like, he's unemployed. He doesn't have a job at all. He doesn't know how to do any job.
And he has no clue what he's talking about.
Take it from you.
Yep.
She's not saying she's trespassing him. She's saying he's going to be arrested for trespassing.
Yeah.
A little bit different. Can you pause it for a second there, Pat? So the equivalent of that, let's say that a store forgot to lock their front door and someone walked into that store. That's still burglary. You know the store is closed and you're in there illegally. It's the same premise. The park was closed. He went in the park, did not pay attention to the hours, and you can be cited for that. And that's exactly what he was cited for.
Yeah, this goes on for over 2 hours, so he obviously never left.
No.
You can't trespass me, you idiots. She claims she trespassed.
She claims she trespassed me. Well, she did.
Mm-hmm.
S. Wood. North Precinct.
That's not the officer's name that's on the report.
I believe that was the sergeant who when he played Karen and asked for a sergeant. I believe that's the sergeant that came up. Someone just asked, was he arrested? Two of a kind. The arrests are just cited. So Seattle, Washington State apparently has something called I can't remember the word the lady used, the officer used. They can write the report up and actually arrest you after the fact. It still counts as an arrest, but you're not taken into custody. You get a court date and you have to present yourself in court. So that's basically what's pending right now for Glenn.
Is it because of COVID-19 they're doing that, or what? Or just because?
It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like a normal charge they have. So I guess it's more for like misdemeanors.
Okay.
Because it was the same thing that they did at Amazon when they trespassed him from Amazon also.
A lot of places you just get taken to jail. So.
Well, in some jurisdictions. I'm sorry, go ahead, buddy.
No, I was just going to say they got the report up here. Go ahead.
Yeah, in some jurisdictions, even for trespass, unless you're a complete dick, they can cite and release you. So that might be why. Sasquatch is backstage if you guys want to bring him up.
Hey, Sasquatch.
Good evening.
We spotted a Sasquatch.
The stupid is strong with this one.
Oh, it is. I can't see the report, so you're going to have to read the narrative. Charged by officer.
Yeah.
So Beth's fucking on top of it tonight.
Is that better?
I can't on my phone, buddy. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to make Goofy read.
Drawing all over it and missing. I'm trying to drag the window and I'm drawing black marks all over it.
Well, fucking Goofy needs a crayon.
Even though I could see 5 feet further than anybody else.
How much of it do you want me to read?
It's up to you guys. I mean, just if you want to give like the nuts and bolts of it, what they did with them. I mean, bottom line is they did charge him. He was cited for trespass, and I believe obstruction in this one also. The charges are below. So he got charged with, I think, again, with obstruction and trespassing because they distracted the officers from doing his job.
Yeah, this part's interesting. It says, I went on my way and later reviewed the Officer Odell and Wood's report. I'm running to add my concerns about Cerio's presence. Because the parking lot was considered part of the crime scene under investigation, in order for Cerio to leave his vehicle, he would have had to drive through it or drive in the wrong direction in one-way, single-lane loop roadway with sharp curves in the dark, and hope he did not meet head-on with other responding elements, including detectives, railroad investigators, and medical examiner. In either event, by violating city ordinances and entering the park, he presented a complication to our already busy scene, which is he was constantly doing, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Right.
For these reasons, I asked the city attorney's office to charge Cerio with a violation of SMC 18.12.279 trespass in parks. Criminal trespass, second degree, public officer.
And then second charge there, I believe.
Was that the other PDF? Or is that a separate thing altogether?
Second charge should be on there also. I thought they charged him with obstruction.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right here, obstructing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they did. They got him with trespassing in parks, second degree trespass, and obstructing a public officer. So he had 3 charges on this case.
Yeah, which is awesome. So I mean, like I said, Seattle is starting to get a little more serious. I mean, now the reason they're probably not going hands-on with Glenmore right now is due to YouTube and also due to COVID, I would guess.
Golly, how many freaking charges does he have? Golly.
Oh, they were busy. I mean, they really didn't. They just
A lot coming in right now.
It's like a gnat buzzing around. They were just swatting him away.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine the jokes they were telling about this guy when they got back to the station. I mean, they probably had a good laugh about him.
Yeah,
what's the Mark 43 system? Is that just the system the officers use?
Probably.
Yeah, it's just like it's like a CAD system, I'm guessing. I mean, Kate and I looked at the beginning of the summer, and at that point, at the beginning of the summer, before all these hit, I want to say he had like 6 or 7 different cases going between there and Portland.
I mean, it just, I just.
Beth is recommending that we read paragraph 3. I can read it out.
Okay.
He's just getting all these charges. I mean, is he not getting any serious consequences? Is that what it is? Like you know. So
well, again,
recommending we which part, Kate?
Paragraph 3.
Go down.
because I figure some of this has got to at least hurt him in the pocketbook a little bit, you know.
Well, when you have no money, what are they going to take from you? Your fucking Toyota?
Which part is supposed to be paragraph 3?
The third paragraph of the narrative.
Oh,
go back to the narrative.
At about 250 hours this year?
Yeah, I think it says talks about the harassment.
The third paragraph is at about 250 hours this morning. I was parked at that part. I was parked at 10700 block, Aurora Ave North, monitoring traffic. I saw a motor vehicle resembling one I have seen Cerio driving before, speed past me going southbound. At about 0301 hours, police radio reported a person has been struck by a train on the tracks in Carkeek City Park, 950 Northwest Carkeek Park Road. I responded ahead of the patrol officers.
She says later in the report.
Hello.
I'm not sure
Paulie. How are you? Oh, I'm good.
Hey, Paulie Crispy.
Oh, hey, guys.
Dick.
Hey, Polly's here. What the heck?
Hi, Paulie.
What's up, man?
Slacker.
While you're looking for that, I want to answer Patrick Paracris's statement, question. I'm sorry. So Sergeant Cat did a video of a guy in a motorcycle helmet who got arrested at a Walmart, but Audit the Audit has a video refuting that he did anything wrong. His version seems correct to me. So the video you're talking about is actually probably about a year, maybe a year and a half old. It was shortly after the shootings in Texas. At the Walmart. Someone's echoing. The manager is clearly seen in the video following the guy. The guy walks into a Walmart wearing basically tactical gear and a backpack with his helmet, full face helmet and blacked out visor on. And the manager follows him around the store, telling him, "Take the helmet off, please. Take the helmet off, please."
Yeah, headphones in. Yeah.
Everyone was on edge. Yeah, the guy claimed he had his headphones in. Everyone in the area was on edge right then because of the shooting that happened at Walmart, like I said, literally days or a week before. So the manager followed him around, told him to leave, didn't want to do it. Called the police. They contacted the guy. They identified him. Cop was a little bit rude, tried to use a little tough love thing, and they ended up arresting him because he was told to leave about 5 or 6 times. So they arrested him for trespass. Time, place, and manner kind of, in my eyes, comes into mind. It was a situation where you literally had a mass shooting at a Walmart days before that, and you have someone coming in kind of tacked out in tactical gear and refused to listen to a manager to leave. The guy was in the store for a good probably 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I've ridden motorcycles my whole life. I've never not taken my helmet off to go into someplace. It takes seconds to do. It's kind of bizarre if someone didn't have the brains to take their helmet off going into a store, I guess. I don't know. So
yeah, I usually
behavior.
When I was riding bikes, I'd just lock it onto the helmet lock and leave it on the bike. So I didn't have to carry the damn thing around.
Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't just motorcycle gear, Devin. I mean, he had full riding gear on, which was leather pants, the knee protectors, the spine guard, which looked like a bulletproof vest. It wasn't just guy had a motorcycle jacket on and a pair of jeans. I mean, he had full riding gear on. So it did look very intimidating. Intimidation is not a violation of law by any means, but when the manager approaches you, and he made eye contact with the manager, he even said he did, and he just didn't acknowledge the manager. So did you find Beth's about the
I thought that's what I just read. She wanted the third paragraph, right? That's what I read.
I'm sorry. No, it was further in the report. She said, "I'm sorry." That's why I went off on the guy's question.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for then.
Anyway,
the cop mentions the
harassment. What's the next charge?
Yeah, exactly. Let's go on to the next one. So now this one here, the second report is from, and I can't see the dates on it. This was another arrest by the officer after where Glenn, the officer was patrolling the garages, and he told a homeless guy to get out of the garage. And this is also on video as well. Again, I apologize. I was not prepared for this. I should have had the videos queued up for you. So the officer identifying this report's actually pretty interesting because cops identifying the homeless guy and running them for warrants, and they clearly point out that Glenn invades the officer's space with his camera pole to get a glimpse at his phone to see what he's running. And they charge him with obstruction and trespass in this one as well. So I don't know if you want to read the narrative, but
I sense a pattern developing here.
Yes, absolutely. And so yeah, it's definitely a pattern, and I definitely see these agencies starting to work together and build a stronger and stronger case against Glenn for future cases, I'm assuming. Like I said, the sergeant, the officer in this case, does a very good narrative of how Glenn invaded the space of the officer by not using. Granted, you can't obstruct the eye, you can't trespass the eyes, what they say, but this officer clearly states by using the pole, you've kind of now breached that ability to go beyond what your eyes can see.
Do we know which video this is in relation to? It'd be nice to play the video first.
It would, and I apologize again. I'm not sure if Beth has readily. It was a while ago. Also, I think we did this video, but it was a while ago. It was one in the parking garage. It was Glenn and that other dude that was with Glenn when he got arrested during the riots.
All right. I can read the report. If you scroll up a little bit, I can read down.
Yeah, the narrative to me was pretty interesting, this report.
This is the narrative. It says, this report is intended as a summary of events. I have paraphrased conversations and do not include an exact sequencing of events. For any exact quote or exact sequencing events, I would refer the reader to my body-worn video as it was recording at the time of this incident. On May 7th, 2020, at 13:12 hours, I observed two individuals trespassing in the sinking ship parking garage. Can we just take the irony that Glenn was at the sinking ship parking garage? That works well for him. I contacted them on the bottom floor and introduced myself as a Seattle police officer and directed them to stop. I recognized one of the individuals as someone who regularly uses narcotics and is very aggressive towards others. I'm assuming that's Glenn's buddy. It could be Glenn, I guess, maybe. I quickly radioed for additional units who arrived as I was asking for additional unit. I contacted subject Matthew Dooley and the John Doe and informed them they were in violation of a condition of entry for that property. Doe refused to stop and left the premises heading west on 2nd Avenue. Dooley was identified and released on a verbal warning. While I was talking with Dooley, two subjects entered our location and began to film my interaction with Dooley. While one of my backing officers was running Dooley's name through the NCIC on his department-issued cell phone, one filming individual attempted to record this information. NCIC is a secured government system used in criminal investigations to verify a person's identity and look for outstanding warrants. Because it is a secured system, it requires approved access to view and run information, and is to only be viewed by a person certified by the state of Washington to do so. So this person, subject Glenn R. Cerio, attempted to use a selfie stick that was holding a cell phone while he recorded the interaction to view and record this protected information. He used the selfie stick to hold the cell phone over an officer's shoulder in a manner that required a concerted effort and cannot be reasonably interpreted as a normal position to hold a phone. Another officer immediately addressed the issue and told Cerio that he cannot record that information. Cerio attempted to defend himself by stating that it is his First Amendment right to record. While it may be true that he is allowed to record officers in an area where privacy is not expected, it is illegal to intentionally record protected information when that information is not in plain view. The officer was holding the cell phone close to his body in a manner that would not allow somebody to reasonably view the screen. Once Dooley was identified, I told him he was free to leave. Once he left the area, I addressed Cerio and the subject, John Doe. I told them if they were not conducting business with a parking garage, that they were in violation of the conditions of entry, same as Dooley, and would need to leave the premises. Cerio became belligerent and stated that he was there to escort myself and the other officers off the property as we were trespassing. What a fucking
what?
What a fucking idiot! Jesus Christ!
Wait. Cerio became belligerent?
No, Glenn said the officers were trespassing, and he was there to escort them out.
Yeah, but I mean, Cerio
Yeah,
became
he's a fucking
belligerent?
idiot.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys
Yeah.
are crazy. Glenn knows the law.
Yes, he does.
I'm
The
flabbergasted.
the officer goes on to state, I became confused and informed Cerio that this is not how it works and that I was speaking on behalf of the business owners and had a right to be there, and Cerio does not. After arguing with Cerio about him trespassing, I was able to verbally convince Cerio to leave by walking alongside of him to the sidewalk where neither Cerio nor Doe were trespassing anymore. So the officer had to actually move him like a child.
Not
I provided
surprising.
Cerio with a business card containing... Oh, sorry.
He had to use reverse psychology on Glenn. Okay, you're escorting me out. Come with me.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Escort me to the sidewalk, right? Because of Cerio's willful actions to record private information on a government device, officers' attention was brought away from the investigation of Dooley for trespassing and to Cerio. This hindered my investigation and prolonged Dooley's detainment unnecessarily. I recommend this completed misdemeanor investigation of suspect Glenn R. Cerio to be referred to the Seattle Law Department for the crime of obstructing a public officer.
So again, it goes to show that this guy, I mean, the cops are starting to take him seriously. And they're, again, I think they're slowly building this case. And then there's actually a video I sent Kate on, he's getting trespassed from Walmart today. And the video to me cracks me up because I thought Glenn was going to have a heart attack trying to use his steering wheel.
Yeah, right.
Who's got the lightsaber going?
Tyson Mahoney, thank you very much. Appreciate it, buddy.
What do you mean?
There's
Sounds like somebody's got a lightsaber going.
Yeah.
I heard
Thanks,
you.
Tice.
Did I send you the video, Pat? Or
Maybe I am starting my Jedi training. Don't.
You should.
Trust me.
Pat, did I send you the video or just to Kate?
You talking about the video at Walmart? I have it up here.
Yeah. The video itself was pretty non-eventful, but just listening to his grunts and groans while trying to drive, I just can't. It's awesome.
He's following in the footsteps of Caroline and Fort Worth, except he's not speeding.
So this is so I'm banned from.
Is he out of breath for some reason?
Yeah.
Hey, he's driving.
The steering wheel's heavy.
He's turning the steering wheel.
Yeah.
So we had Kate's lightsaber, now we have Darth Vader.
And he's holding a couple of pieces of paper. I mean, come on.
He's acting
heavy.
like a car ain't got no power steering or something. Jeez.
Oh, some kind of lesbian, dude.
Just a heart attack waiting to happen.
Oh, dude. This guy fucking bleeds Crisco.
Yeah. Oh my god.
His fucking blood type's WD-40.
Jeez.
Listen to
Right?
him.
Hey, that's an insult to WD-40.
Might need to make sure he doesn't have the COVID. Goodness.
Blood COVID?
Yeah. If COVID had a face, it'd fucking be Glenn Cerio.
He needs like an oxygen machine while driving his car. Jesus Christ.
Seriously, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Can we appreciate the title of that video too? It says Walmart lost prevention.
Lost
Haley
prevention.
Kidd trespassed me from Walmart.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about that though?
Go ahead.
Here's the thing. If loss prevention had a part in trespassing from Walmart, that would imply that he was caught shoplifting from Walmart.
Not necessarily. It could mean that, or he was on the property harassing patrons. He did post a video of this one, but he's been in a lot of parking lots lately where cops are doing interactions with people, and he's claiming the cops have solicited the trespass from Walmart, and that's what he's whining about. If you go to his community section on his YouTube page, he kind of whines about the cops soliciting the trespass. And I gotta be honest, I've never, and I could be wrong on this, I don't know 100%. I don't think it's I don't know what they constitute a cop soliciting a trespass. To me, it's equivalent of a cop walking up to you saying, you want to press charges for being slapped. Did I solicit that charge from you? No. You still broke the law. So,
Yeah, it's
I'm
funny.
not sure what others mean by when they say that a cop solicited a trespass.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either. Because like when you're talking about Harry, I've asked plenty of people before, "Do you want to press charges?" And they're like, "No." So,
Right.
You know.
It's the same. Like I've been in businesses before where we've asked the establishment owner, "Do you want this person to leave? Do you want them trespassed?" And they have the right to say yes or they say no. I'm not making that person say yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
So another report that I'm sorry.
I think he's trespassed from all of them, isn't he?
The report was kind of ambiguous, and I gotta be honest, I didn't read the whole thing. I know Amazon. He was trespassed from all Amazon properties. I'm not sure if that qualifies for all Walmarts or not. I'm not sure if the report says that or not.
He needs to live in the Amazon.
No, because he'll fuck that up.
Well, the Amazon, when he got the trespass from Amazon, the security clearly told him, and so did the police, you are trespassed from all Amazon properties. And then he actually violated that trespass with him and Steven Seagal wannabe Casey Camerboy when they were outside Walmart or the distribution center.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when they like Walmart trespasses you from all of their properties.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But I can't say 100% on that. So, but yeah, Glenn's had a rough week this week. So he's got quite a few trials coming up, and I know he's still fighting the one where he's going to revoke his citizenship or renounce his citizenship.
Yeah.
We can only hope. So, you know, again, Glenn, stop shopping at the normal size section. You got to go big and tall now, buddy.
Wait a minute. If he renounces his citizenship, does that mean they're going to send him to Guantanamo Bay then?
First off, you have to find a country who's going to take him. Now,
yeah,
Glenn,
you can't walk into a courthouse and say like I renounce my U.S. citizenship. That's not how it works. Actually, I did a video on this.
Yeah,
you have to actually be out of a country.
Right. So
and then you go to the embassy, you know, the U.S. embassy in that country, and you fill out paperwork to renounce your citizen. So you can't just like, you know, get pissed off over a traffic ticket like Glenn and just be like, I renounce my citizenship, and they're like, all right, sir, you no longer have to follow the laws here. Like that's not how it works at all.
Right. And Glenn claims to be quite the world traveler. That he goes to the Philippines and he goes to Thailand quite a bit. So you know, enjoy Thailand, Glenn. Bye.
They wouldn't take him. They wouldn't fucking take him.
I'm sure they would not.
Maybe Libya will take him.
So, are we ready for the next piece now, or?
Sure.
I did want to just acknowledge that YouTube and the internet has lost a really bright soul, and so NJ Diver passed away, as I'm sure is out there anyway. We found out about it on Sunday. I decided that I didn't want to stream on Sunday because it was hit hard for it, but I just wanted to acknowledge that NJ Diver is going to be greatly missed. He was an intelligent man. He was committed to the truth. He always did his research and brought facts. He was kind. He was patient. He was a good person, and I'm going to miss him terribly.
Absolutely.
This community has no idea what they have lost.
I agree.
They have no idea what he meant to this community. It's huge loss.
Absolutely. And what's really disturbing is there's other channels, there's several channels who are advocating saying that he was anti-1A. He was a conduit for both sides. If we were wrong in our quotations, he would point us out in the quickness, and vice versa. And he was a huge asset for all of us. He was a wealth of knowledge.
Oh.
He was a walking encyclopedia. And he was a hell of a man.
Well, just look at the Discord. He put up the laws for the First Amendment community up in Cruds.
Yep,
and
Crud.
I think he did it on Odin's. It's also on Fan Club. He put every single one of them things for every single state up. He researched it and copy and pasted it, put it in. I mean, and that's for every single state. I mean, it's an unbelievable amount of information.
Absolutely. And on top of that, just a nice guy. You know, it is a huge loss for all of us, and it hit all of us very hard. We were all talking to him on Saturday night. He was telling us he's going back in for another procedure. All was good. And then his daughter had sent the information out to us, and it shocked all of us.
Shiva did an awesome show on him.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I cried. I mean,
I got a request to play Shiva's trivia. Maybe I'll look for that.
Well, and I'm gonna miss NJ again. Everything Harry said, you know, he was a wonderful person, but you know, and just a really good person, and I enjoyed talking to him, and you know, I love discussing case law with him. You know, something I get a little bit nerdy about, discussing case law and how that affects law enforcement doing their jobs, and he loved talking about case law. So
Elizabeth just put one of his best quotes, one of his favorite quotes. There are auditors, cop watchers, cop blockers, and activists. Then there are autotards, autoturds, frauditors, and it moved on me. Oh, and an activist. That was a fantastic quote.
Hey, you guys want to watch this tribute video to NJ Diver?
Sure. I'm up for it.
You got any final thoughts, Andrew?
The world is watching, waiting for you to fall.
NJ Diver?
Reality bites, and one of these days somebody's going to get bit real bad.
NJ Diver, any final thoughts?
Oh, as always, reality bites. Hey, look behind you.
All right, final thoughts, NJ, before you fuck off.
Yeah, will he ask that's never end?
NJ Diver, any final thoughts before you fuck off?
Not tonight.
NJ Diver, any final thoughts?
I think I'll try to get on this panel. What do you think?
I think you should do it. All right, then. NJ Diver, any final thoughts before you fuck off?
Well, when you stick your neck on the chopping block, don't expect it to be dull.
NJ Sasquatch, anything to say before I close it up?
This is one of your better evenings, I will say.
It's been a laugh, hasn't it? And it was completely impromptu.
Yeah, and those usually are, and it was priceless. Yeah, I'm smarter.
Diver, you got any final thoughts before you fuck off?
It's just a shame all this wasted time on drama and oh, shade throwing and mudslinging. But oh yeah, another few minutes and I'll have the biggest mudslinging session of all.
Any final thoughts, MJ, before you fuck off?
It's going to be an interesting next couple of weeks. 75 more days, and we'll see if it needs the military to get him out.
Final thoughts before you fuck off.
The big one's coming. Everybody duck. Oh, I don't know. Should I switch it up or should I just stay the same? Reality bites. And tomorrow's another day.
Ah, there we go. Thoughts from you, MJ Diver, before you fuck off.
Reality bites.
Is there any final thought before you fuck off?
Well, it's better to live in the real world than to just between your ears.
Any final thoughts, MJ, before you fuck off?
Reality bites, but I live in it.
Final thoughts, MJ, before you fuck off?
Yeah, reality bites and diversion.
MJ Diver, any final thoughts before you fuck off?
I'm just glad the ones that I care to watch aren't on the list.
MJ Diver, do you have any final thoughts before you fuck off?
Aside from my usual reality bites, and you just have to see how much. Yeah, reality bites, and you just gotta watch out how big a chunk it is.
MJ, any final thoughts before you fuck off?
Adios.
Wow.
Still get emotional over that.
Yeah, that's tough.
Got dirt in my eye.
It's a great video. Good job, Shiva. Fantastic.
He'll definitely be best.
Yes, he will. So,
is it me or is it a little dusty in here?
It's very dusty in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm still got it over it. He was just a really good person. So.
What's funny is most people's faces don't match their voices. His face matches his voice.
Yeah.
Like Matt said, Chief, a good job.
Yeah, that was really that he did that.
Well, I'm dropping down.
All right,
Thanks
buddy.
for having me up.
All right, see ya.
Thanks, Esbrook.
Yeah. As much as that might be a bummer, I gotta jump off. It's been such a freaking emotional week for me anyway with everything, and
No
that
problem.
just I don't know. That kind of hit me. So, all right, guys.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right, bye, Kate.
See you as long as you want. Just close the door when you're done. Thanks.
We will.
All right.
So this next segment, I wish we would have saved this. I wish we would have saved NJ to the last because it's hard to follow that.
I know.
But I do want to talk about it because this next segment, we give this person a lot of grief, well deserved, many of times. But I've stumbled across some stuff that Furry's been doing lately, of all people, Furry Potato. And I sent you a picture, Pat. I kind of edited it. She's got a thing she's doing with the homeless out in California now, which I think is phenomenal. Calling it Silence is Violence. And she's going around and she's talking to homeless people and actually getting their story and doing videos on that. And she's doing a very good job. And I'm not sure if you want to watch one of her videos. But she's buying supplies for the homeless, feeding them, buying them everyday personal hygiene stuff. And like I said, we give her a lot of shit. Like I said, again, well deserved. But when she's doing something right, I think it's only fair that we also point that out as well. And I wish more auditors would do stuff like this in their communities if they actually want to be activists and help people.
Hey, Pat, Golden's backstage.
Hey, Golden. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I haven't been back there long. Hi, guys.
Hi, Golden.
Hey, Golden.
Hello. I was hoping that
Let's see
Kate
video.
didn't leave before I got up here, but that's okay.
I think it was tough for her to sit through that.
Yeah,
Go through that.
I know. I think a lot of us were in
Yeah.
tears. Think her, I would just wanted her to play it. I asked her to play it. I was like, oh, please play it. It's probably one of the best ones that have been made out there. I know Teresa did a good one too. Great.
It's amazing. What's that?
Oh, no, sorry. I just noticed that you have Furry Potato up here. Yeah, she actually has been doing some pretty awesome work lately.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we wanted to talk about. Like I said, as I said, we give Frey a lot of shit a lot of times, and again, it's well deserved in all cases. But when she's doing something right, I'm gonna give her props for it. And she's kind of dedicated her normal channel to silence is violence. There, and I can't remember the quote, Pat. What was the quote on that picture I sent to you? Do you have that handy?
The quote in the picture?
Yeah, I sent you a picture of the Furry Potato News, silence is violence. And then below that was a little quote, my story won't be forgotten, or something like that.
Oh, it says, I exist, my story can't be untold.
Yeah, that's it. I thought that was a phenomenal quote. I'm not sure whose quote it's from, but it's a very, very cool quote. And like I said, she's going to homeless encampments and actually talking to people, which is phenomenal.
And so let's watch a little bit of this one here and see.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. No, I've been like this all my life. Before I leave the house every day, I'm showered, well, room hair done. I don't step outside. How people just hop up off the bed and run out. I don't do that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, can I get your real name? My name is Bridget Lee Hunter. And do you go by a street name right here? No. And what's your age? I'm 58. And don't look a day over 30. That's my cousin I'm saying Detroit. And I talk to him on the chat. They say, Bridget, you don't look a day over 25. It's true. It's crazy. It's kind of scary. And where are you from originally? I'm from Detroit, Michigan. And growing up, did you have both parents in your life? Growing up, I had my mother and my stepfather. My stepfather raised me. And how was your childhood? It was good. We had everything. My stepfather was a professional plasterer. His name was Albert Austin. He was a professional plasterer. We made a lot of money. He did professional. You know what plastering is, right? That's what he was, Albert Austin. So
hey,
we
Pat,
had.
Can you pause it for a minute?
Life. We had everything. Bedrooms.
I wanted to address Trump said's comment. Trump said, I just can't get behind supporting the exploitation of homeless for YouTube content. F furry. I gotta be honest, Trump. Like I said, I've made no secrets. I've made no corners that I'm not a huge furry fan by any means. However, I think it's important that people don't forget the homeless. And I think a lot of us do. I think we step over them and don't look back sometimes. If she's exploiting them, that's on her. but I still think the story deserves to be told, no matter who the person is.
I agree.
I just, it just enough people don't do stuff like this. You don't see mainstream media doing stuff like this. You don't see any other auditor doing stuff like this. Like I said, we've given Free a lot of shit, and I hope she doesn't copy strike us for this. I know she has a tendency to, but I give her huge props for doing this. And I said, when any auditor or any 1A or 2A or A1 auditor does something proper, I think it's important to recognize when they do something right as well. We're not here just to fucking hammer people constantly. If Kate was here, she would. Yeah, and if Kate was here, she would say the exact same thing.
It's a good reminder too of like how life is and how things can change. I mean, she's talking about, because I'm assuming she's homeless, and she's talking about how she grew up, and had a good childhood and everything. So I mean, and how sometimes people come from the best of circumstances.
That's right.
Up, downtrodden, and it happens.
It sheds light. It sheds light to how things can go from good to bad. In a matter of minutes. You know what I mean?
Right. So. I mean, there's been many statements. I mean, a lot of people in the U.S. are one paycheck away from being homeless.
Yeah,
and we take for granted. And we take for granted what we have. I count my blessings every day for what I've accomplished in my career, in my life. Like I said, this could be any of us at any given time. You have a traumatic accident where you lose your job. You have a car accident where you lose a limb. It's not unrealistic for any of us. Money off this, and Drew should take all the money.
I think she's actually made statements about that.
Yes, I was about to say the same thing. And I've actually been talking to, of all people, a Tater Tot recently that we're actually civil with, and I think she's been on Golden's panel. I know she's been on Paulie's panel with us, and she's made this statement as well. Now, I have no evidence of it. I have no reason to disbelieve it, but like I said, I know Furry has given to the homeless community quite a bit. So it is what it is. Like I said, I'm gonna give Furry huge props for this.
Yeah, no doubt. If we can show the bad, we can absolutely embrace the good.
100%.
I agree.
It's only fair. I mean, so okay, Pat, if you want to go ahead and play a little bit more.
Swimming pools, Cadillacs, brand new driveway. We had everything. We had it all. We had everything. That's why it's kind of hard for me dealing with this. I came from living in $1 million homes to this. I used to own my own home. I used to own my own home in Detroit.
By the way, she doesn't look 58, by the way.
No, she's a very beautiful lady for her age.
Black don't crack.
Do you have children yourself?
I have children, yes. I have 3 sons.
And they're in Michigan, or are they
No,
here?
they're up in Lancaster and Palmdale.
Okay. So they're doing well.
Yeah, I have like 14 grandkids, maybe 15. I got one granddaughter who looks just like me. She's the way I carry myself. She's the same way. She's just like me. And I can't understand why did God do that? She should have been my daughter. This is my middle boy's son. I'm my middle boy's daughter. I always ask, why did they do that? Because she looks just like me. She's my twin. Yeah, wish I had pictures of her.
Recreational.
That's it, but I take a lot of medication because I have a pinched nerve that travels. I have severe arthritis all through my body. So I'm on a lot of medication. I have high blood pressure. I take medicine every day for that.
A normal question is it dangerous living on the streets? But since you were technically couch surfing and then straight into an SRO, I'm not sure you have that experience as far as the danger of being on the streets.
No.
Have you had any bad experiences out there, whether it be walking around or at
Well,
the SRO?
in the building, I just have a problem because in the building, nobody cleans up behind themselves. Since I've been living in the building, I keep the bathrooms clean. I live on the first floor. and the bathrooms are right next to my rooms. So I keep that spotless all day long. You know, I keep it tight. Yeah. Matter of fact, through the whole building, I keep it kind of, tidy and spray the toilets.
It's I'm assuming it's a communal bathroom.
I was trying to figure out what does SRO stand for.
Where are you seeing that at?
Right there on the
Right
screen.
on screen. Subsidized something maybe? Occupancy?
Skid row occupancy, or I don't know. I've never heard it.
Yeah,
At school,
just
it's
curious.
school resource officer. I mean,
Yeah. What? Let's see what we're talking.
Single room occupancy, says someone in the chat.
oh, okay, makes sense. Did you hear that, Pat?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Single room occupancy.
Yeah.
Yes. I got jumped down.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming up.
I'm just a little, still,
Shower, women's shower, women's bathroom, men's bathroom, men's shower. I keep these clean all day long.
Have a good night, Carl.
you too. I'm still just a little, broken up about Diver.
Yeah, no, we understand.
Oh, we'll feel better.
I will. Someday.
Yeah. Oh, man, keep you guys with bunk beds.
Yeah. Oh, you get around here. Got my bed made up. I've been washing and cleaning. This is my little house here. Yeah.
Nice.
She's got a lot better than other people.
Sure does.
I know that's right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, all joking aside, if you think about it, guys, imagine living like that, and what it is just to live on the actual streets.
There's
That's
actually another.
It's
Oh, you're
crazy.
100% right. There's actually another one, Pat, where he goes out and actually talks to a lady who's living on the streets, who you can absolutely tell. That one to the right. What's that one titled?
I Exist, Janet.
Yeah, I believe that's it. This young lady's obviously got appears.
Yeah, look at
this
this.
is it.
Look at this. This is how most of them live, though, and on the streets in tents. And the police actually come in once a month and make them move everything just so they can clean the streets because the sanitation has gotten so bad.
Well, yeah, the sanitation, yeah, exactly. They're starting to see among the homeless populations in California diseases that people are typically vaccinated. They're reoccurring,
Yes.
nasty diseases too. So
I see our buddy Rolando Bass has graced us with his presence in chat.
Rolando, welcome back, buddy.
Back and find out what their story is.
Imagine that, guys.
get before a little bit more. He starts interviewing a homeless lady here in a minute.
And it's like the conditions are just absolutely horrible.
Oh yeah.
I mean, goddamn.
California has the largest homeless population in the country.
California and Florida.
Yeah, it's awful. I mean, there's people walking down the street. There's needles all over the place. I mean, it's just absolutely disgusting.
Now, keep in mind, a lot of that has to do with the fact that the warmer weather. But I mean,
But that's exactly it.
Yeah.
And as Matt was saying, like hepatitis is rampant. Rabies is even rampant because of rats and stuff. AIDS, HIV. Unfortunately, it's a vicious cycle that these people cannot break.
I posted something in the chat earlier, that this country has actually seen a decrease in homelessness amongst families and veterans. However, the state of California has the highest homeless population of 151,278 homeless people. That's 1/5 of the total homeless in the entire country.
That's crazy.
So, growing up, did you have both your parents?
No.
Just your mother?
Yeah, but she's not. I haven't been with her for so many years.
And how was your childhood? Was it a good one?
It was good. I was just always alone. I was alone. The
lone wolf.
Lonely kid. Yeah.
And how long have you been out on the streets?
For a lot of years.
And does your family know you're out here?
I don't even think they care.
You have brothers and sisters?
No, not anymore. I don't have nothing.
And what do you do to survive out here, like on the day-to-day? Like
Nothing.
Like how do you get like money for food or?
I don't get no money. I have no income, no nothing.
Do you have your EBT card?
Nope.
Oh well, we got to change that. We'll go ahead and situate that.
I don't know.
You've never been to the DPSS over here?
I don't qualify for none of that stuff. I don't do nothing.
The
Maybe because I didn't grow up with the state language or whatever it is. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a different way of naming, and I don't even know that part.
Okay. Is there any alcohol or drug use?
No.
No, just okay.
I don't even drink.
That's good. And then you said that was your partner, your husband, boyfriend that was here with you?
He left right now.
Yeah, he just took off. That's your boyfriend?
No.
Or just a partner that you're out here with?
Yeah, just a friend.
Okay.
Why?
Oh, I'm just curious, just asking. And you've been out here for a number of years?
Yeah, everywhere in the street. I go to every place, almost everywhere. I meet people and I just I don't know, I just meet people and it feels like they knew my life, or they knew like my lifestyle, or they knew everybody that I know. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just weird.
And you were born here, right, in Southern California?
Mexico.
Oh, Mexico. What part?
I don't know.
Oh, you were brought here as a child?
Yeah.
Oh, and you didn't. Oh, I got you. And your parents never got the documentation.
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't even have documents.
Okay. And your parents are down, or your mother is down here in Southern California still?
I haven't even seen her. I don't even know I don't know nothing about her.
And do you know if you have any cousins over here, or?
Nope. Not that I know of, no cousins. They're probably in another state, but I don't know of any cousins on here.
And so you went to grade school and high school. Did you graduate high school?
Yeah, Belmont.
And so, how long have you been in this particular area, in this one?
Just a few days.
Oh, just a few days right now.
Yeah, Sasha has a good point. We need to stop once in a while with a little bit of commentary so we don't have any copyright issues.
Yeah.
I think that
I think
Furry is getting a lot. Like I said, this channel has been very critical of Furry, rightfully so. Like I said, I
Yeah.
don't agree with what Furry does 99% of the time. I'll say it a million times. Furry's getting a lot of hate in the chat, and a lot of people are very disconnected from reality. I don't care what Furry's motives are. We don't look at this on a daily basis, and we don't see this on a daily basis. And I think it's a start reminder that you should appreciate and respect what you have, and if you have extra, to help these people. No one deserves to live like that.
Yeah. Not to mention, there's a lot of times as people we look at people that are homeless or whatever, and people will say, well, they need to get a job or this and this and that. And sometimes, and listen, they do. People need to get jobs, but let me tell you, sometimes situations like hers, for instance, she has no paperwork. No paperwork. You know what I mean? What do you do?
I think a lot of times there's a mental illness that's involved too with the homeless.
Yep.
They've just been thrown out into the streets and kind of discarded by society. And I know it's Christmas, and I'm sorry if I'm getting a little emotional.
No.
I see these people every day, and a lot of them are domestic violence survivors as well. And they would rather be on the streets because they don't want to go back to the abuse that they've had to endure. There's a lot of reasons why people are on the streets. It's not just drugs. And you're right. Sometimes it is a choice. Again, they would rather be on the streets than in a violent situation. And it's dangerous for women, especially women on the streets, because, they're open to sexual violence and attacks and other things. So I think it's not only important, like right now it's Christmas, so everybody has an open and giving heart and really want to give, but they need help throughout the rest of the year as well. So
Sorry. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Pat, can you pull that comment back up? I want to address that when Golden gets done.
No, I'm done. I'm sorry. I kind of get a little long-winded sometimes.
You're fine. I don't appreciate or respect this comment, quite honestly. If not for Furry's videos, how would you ever be exposed to another person's story like this? My story is not the only story in life. I take it for granted because I've been very fortunate, and I think it's important that we see this side of society and not forget other people live in this country other than us.
Yeah, it's about bringing awareness, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And now that the weather has gotten, even though it's warmer in California, it's still cold. I mean, it drops down. I mean, like in Hollywood, you're right near the ocean, and the temperature drops like well into the 30s. That's cold. I know it's not snowing, but it's still cold, and you acclimate. And the shelters, it's first come, first serve in a lot of cases. So if you're not there, you're stuck on the street, and there's just too many people to occupy these places.
Right. And there's another
And
auditor out in California.
it's pathetic in this country. Yeah, go for it. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead and finish. I'm sorry.
It's pathetic in this country. We're one of the richest countries in the world, and it's super pathetic that we have a homeless problem as bad as it is.
Well, part of it is, and you mentioned the mental illness thing. That's a huge part of it because back in I believe the 70s, the federal government closed, a bunch of the mental institutions across the country. And so then now you got a bunch of people who need, long-term mental health care who are now just kind of set free and put on the streets, and they need serious long-term help and care, and they can't hold a job or anything like that. And so they're going to become homeless. So, that's a big part of the issue.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, and if anybody knows anything about addiction, it comes from somewhere. It's like any addiction, whether it's food, drugs, alcohol, whatever. It's always a mental root to that addiction, and that needs to be dealt with. So,
Fan, I think you're missing the point. No, I don't need furry to let me know homeless exist, but I think it's important that it's pointed out to us as well, and we don't take it for granted. There's a couple other auditors I know in California do a lot of work with the homeless. Tom Zebra and Laura Shark. They also do a lot of great work with the homeless, and the whole reason, as Pat mentioned, is to bring awareness. And like I said, Masshole gets a bad reputation for just slamming people. When an auditor does something good, for whatever their motives might be, I think it's very important that, like I said, you point that out. We've had a lot of us had this conversation the past month. All of us are tired of the negativity. All of us are tired of the drama, and it is nice to see. It's nice to see something for a change, where someone is actually going out there and trying to make a difference. And like I said, don't get me wrong, it doesn't change the way I feel about free overall. She's doing something nice, which is very cool, and I'm gonna give her props for it.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
So, do you want to finish that, or
thank you, Sasha? You're very sweet.
Also, there's another dickhead on the panel, something like Pauly Crispy Danger Zone. I have a taint. I don't know. He's got a pretty good channel also.
What? Come on, man. Come on. You come to my show every night.
I'm a panel whore. What can I say? So subscribe to the panel, Pauly Crispy Danger Zone.
Yes, that's right. 9 out of 10 massholes approve of it.
We do.
Can I add one more thing before we end this, whatever you were getting ready to do? I've never been up on on your panel before, so I don't know how it works. This is my first time. I wanted to say, please don't forget the domestic violence shelters, the women and children. This time of year, they leave their homes from domestic violence with nothing. They leave with nothing. There's no go bag usually. It's usually on the spur of the moment. They leave with the clothes on their back. Their children have no toys. They don't have anything. They're in need of diapers, wipes, anything you can give, new clothes, whatever. And now it's Christmas. To reach out to your local domestic violence shelters, safe houses. Definitely need your help. Definitely.
Yeah, I think this has kind of inspired me. I collect things, and I have what I like to call a hoodie problem. But I probably have like over 100 hoodies that unfortunately just don't fit me anymore. I think I'm going to gather them all up and like find a place to, or maybe like a tent town or something like that where I can donate. It's cold outside, you know what I mean? I think I'm going to do that.
And even things like if you don't have monetary, like in money, and you like are a hairdresser or you make jewelry, whatever. I mean, a lot of people they go there and just give them a little boost of confidence, do their hair, give them a little mini makeover, let them, whatever.
Gift cards
not only
are
that,
good too. To like
gift cards are great.
Things.
But not only that, along with Golden saying, and a lot of them can't find a job because they don't have something to wear to a job interview, or they can't get cleaned up for a job interview.
Yes.
I agree with Golden. Get them pretty for a day, dress them up for a day, help them get a job interview. Reach out to somebody. And Paul, I like what you said about taking your sweaties. I would find a tent town.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. Salvation Army and Goodwill is a great start. Unfortunately, a lot of that stuff does not go back to the homeless. It goes into their pockets.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
And
I'm definitely going to do that. I'm definitely going to do that. No, I think
that's
I'm
awesome,
going to do it.
I mean, even as little as like I have a guy that he hangs out at the 7-Eleven every morning. I buy him a coffee and a donut, and I just have conversation. Sometimes it's just the social interaction. They appreciate that. And I kind of adopted him. I'll if he needs anything like I just gave him some blankets and a jacket and just little things. But they really, really do. A lot of them miss the social interaction.
It makes them feel human again.
Yes,
they're not throwaway. They're not throwaway people.
They are.
So.
Some really good people on the streets. It's really unfortunate the circumstances that led them there, and they're not all drug addicts and alcoholics.
No, absolutely not. So again, shout out to you. Good job. I mean,
Sorry, I'm a bit emotional.
No,
With
there's
the whole
nothing wrong.
cyber thing.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm going through some hormonal imbalance or whatever. I don't know.
No, you're not, Golden. Shut up. You're fine. You know,
It's been an emotional week.
Exactly.
Oh,
I mean, it's a shame more people aren't emotional about this. And I see some of the comments, and again, as much as my distaste for Hurry goes, I give her props for this, and I'm sorry other people don't see that, don't agree with us, but I know Pat agrees with it. I know Kate agrees with 100%.
I absolutely agree with it.
Yeah, I know our whole panel does. Good on you, Furry. So thank you.
Listen, you can't enact change if you don't praise the stuff that they do good. You just can't.
Right. Absolutely.
It brought awareness to me, and it got me thinking about homeless people. So she's doing some good.
Absolutely.
A lot of people, obviously I'm out of work now, but for a long time, for 22 years, I managed, helped manage a dealership. But I can tell you, my old adage was, if I'm going to tear someone down, I'm gonna build them back up double. You know what I mean? So it's the same kind of concept. I mean, if people feel like we tear people down, we're doing it for a reason. The show, what we think is horrible intent. But then when they do something good, we have to praise that. We just do.
Absolutely. So,
and also, I think everyone should subscribe to Golden Eyes. We need to get her to 1,000 subs because she's a sweetheart and a nice lady, and we should support good people.
Oh.
Now, if you after the show, I will be going live and I will be talking about bad people. So if you're in the drama, baby, come on.
That's why we love the Danger Zone.
That's right, the Danger Zone.
And Golden does the best impressions on YouTube.
One of
But we don't want to we cannot do those impressions here tonight. We're not going to do them.
No, no names.
Hey,
you got to give someone to come, something to come to the Golden's panel. If you like Joe Cool, she doesn't mean Joe Cool, people.
Exactly.
So, guys, somebody brought up something very important in the chat, and I think this is extremely important to mention. A lot of the homeless, especially, a lot of them are veterans.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yep, absolutely.
Which is a shame because, and this really hits home for me because I know I got a lot of friends that are in the Army. And I would hate to see them serve their country and then become homeless on the street for whatever reason, so, and that's something to remember too, and like Golden said, there's a lot of good people that end up homeless, and it's unfortunate. So,
I agree. Absolutely. I think it's pathetic that in this country that our military is treated so poorly. It's it's gotten better, but it could be much better. Much better. But yeah, we never have a veteran on the street simply because they can't get VA benefits. It's ridiculous.
Fairy Goddess, I totally agree with you. Way too much drama lately, and I know a lot of us are tired of it. I just hang in there, and I love you, and Glitter loves you, and so.
Oh, thank you, Mary.
So I guess the last piece I had, I don't want to be completely kumbaya. I did come across an interesting article today. I think I sent it to you, Pat. Auditors are always talking about making change and stuff, and there's actually a bill presented to Congress today, or I'm sorry, Senate today, to make doxing of law enforcement officers a punishable crime. Not just law enforcement officers, public officials in general. Pat, do you have the article handy? Or
yeah, I'm just trying to find it here. I got it.
Oh, before the United States Senate, Harry?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, it goes for federal, state, and tribal public figures, and also goes towards their family. It also goes on to say that if a interactive service such as YouTube or Snapchat or Chatterbait, not Chatterbait, the interactive service does not remove their information, they have civil liability against them. It's a really good article. It was presented by Mitch McConnell, and I can't read the other senator who put it forward. But it's got a lot of teeth behind it. A lot of U.S. attorneys are behind it. A lot of district.
Wow. I put a link in chat too.
Yeah, so it's actually a good article, and I mean, this is some of the stuff that Chauncey's brought about. This is some of the stuff that Eric Brandt brought about. This also came from the federal judge's husband getting shot in their front yard earlier this year. I keep saying this all along. You guys want to institute change, you're not always going to like the changes you're instituting. But like I said, this article, I mean, this bill has a lot of teeth behind it, and there's a couple other versions also before the Senate right now. So I mean, it's good for law enforcement. So, and public. I mean, rephrase that. It's good for public officials in general.
Because so this would apply to anybody that works for the government in any capacity, right?
Correct. Federal, state, and tribal.
Okay.
Hank, how you feeling?
Still trying to get the license plate of the truck that ran me over.
Aww.
I actually doxed myself tonight in honor of Doofy. I put my personalized tags up there just in honor. Oh, is Doofy still here? That cock's sucker dropped off. So I got personalized plates for Doofy, just so I could think about him all the time, saying, "My car, where's my car?
My car,
my car."
That's funny.
So that's all I had tonight, guys. Anyone else? Anyone else want to jump up? Hank, you want to give us any insight?
Homeless problems. God, it's got so many facets to it. There's not just one fix. There's so many different ways you got to go at it. Because everybody who's homeless is homeless for different reasons.
Yep, that's true.
There's some that
it's disheartening.
Don't want to be tied down. And they're
I don't think that there's going to be a big in my opinion, I should say, there's like no one, like you said, no one big fix. I think what as individuals we can do is just go into our communities and work there. Start there. Start in your community. First with yourself, obviously. Find what you can do in your community and then go from there.
Hey, Pat, Matt SC Kentucky or KY's backstage. I'm not sure who he is. Just watch out for a porn bomb.
I don't see. I see Mr. Man backstage.
Like I said, if you're not sure where to start, just look for the nearest homeless shelter. Look for the nearest domestic violence shelter, and just ask. They're more than willing to tell you what to do and where to go, where to start.
Well, and also there's a lot of
right.
There's a lot of churches and stuff too that do work with the homeless. A lot of different religious organizations. So I guarantee you could hook up with one of them as well too if you have no idea where to start. So.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with Hank. A lot of them don't want to be tied down, but doesn't mean you forget the others though. A lot of people don't know how to break that circle. I don't think it's fair of us just to overlook them.
I see too many people putting all the homeless into a single mold, and they're all homeless for their different reasons. And
absolutely,
some of them, like I said, some of them, not a majority of them, but some of them are homeless because they want to be free. And then there's others that just made mistakes in life that ended up where they ended up.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a community of people that do nothing but ride rails. They actually jump from train to train to train just to travel across the U.S. That's their sole life. That's their sole purpose. There's actually people in that community that they take 2 months off their job once a year, and they do nothing but go rail hopping. And you're right. Everyone does not fit in the same mold. So,
evening.
Matt,
what's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
Not much, buddy. What do you have to say tonight?
Well, not too much. I've just watched the. Well, I guess I would say a shit show of things that have been going on, the last 24 hours, and that
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna stop you right there, and I'm not trying to be
It's
rude.
ridiculous. Yeah,
It
go
is,
ahead.
and we're not gonna talk about that tonight.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. I'm not trying to be a dick about it. That's something we
Yeah,
talked
that's no
about before
problem.
the show. I don't want to mention those guys. Don't want to mention those individuals whatsoever right now. So I mean, you're welcome anytime to come out, buddy. Anytime. But
fair enough.
Those two tonight are not.
Hey.
Those two subjects tonight are not. They're kind of off limits right now.
Right.
That is fair enough.
Hey, every time I see a homeless guy, I give him $2, $3, $5. It doesn't matter. I don't believe it matters what. If you give a homeless guy money, it matters what he does with it. So
Even then, I'll interject and just say, when I see someone, if I've got, $5, $10 in my pocket, whatever, it doesn't make any. I don't care what they do with it, because it seems to me as though they're out there for a certain reason. In the last month, it's been very chilly here in Kentucky, and people have been standing out here, and I go, I really don't care what they do with it. It's kind of like, it's up to them what they do with it. And so if I don't feel bad about giving someone that I may think drinks all the time, well, guess what? That's probably something they need. It probably keeps them alive, if that's what they're doing with it. If not, then, they go to eat. It doesn't really make any difference to me.
And I gotta be honest, to piggyback on what Matt said, I've homeless guys who had signs, or homeless people who had signs saying, "I need money for beer." I usually give them more money, to be quite honest with you, because it made me laugh, and they're being honest about it.
Yeah, right.
Like I said, I'm not the morality police. We've all got our stories. What are they again? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And if you're wondering about, and if you're worried about like what maybe a homeless person does with the money, if you're thinking, oh well, I don't want to give them money for drugs, you can give them, like I said, gift cards, blankets, food items, sanitary items, stuff, just very basic things. There's a lot of stuff that people don't think, and it's just like, oh well, I can just give them some money, But to me, I'll give them money regardless. It's not on me what they do with that money.
No.
I mean,
toast.
And so it's not really for
exactly.
me to judge that. So,
No, and that's one of the things the furry's doing. I mean, she's buying, like women, she's buying them tampons, she's buying them female hygiene products. It's stuff you take for granted that we don't normally think about. We have this blanket thing. I'll give you soap, water, shampoo, but we don't think about the needs of the females.
Yes.
What's up, Chris?
I get that, but she kind of plays on that, like, well, okay, see what I do once every blue moon. Maybe not. Maybe she does it once every 6 months or 3 months. Who cares? But at the same time, she still goes out and just bothers the shit out of people.
I just wanted to.
So
make
it doesn't really equal out. If you look, to me, it doesn't equal out to say, okay, I'm gonna drop $200 on homeless people, but then at the same time, I'm gonna go out and harass the shit out of everyone else. So it doesn't equal out to me. I mean,
No,
Wait, let Corrosive say something?
This is not a tit for tat.
Exactly.
Okay,
You know what I find interesting is that a lot of people like to point out other people's flaws, like not helping the homeless enough. Well, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing to help your community? Well, have you done anything to reach out in your community? Ask yourself that. There's lots of people in your community that need help. What have you done? Have you done anything to help them? Before people start pointing fingers at Furry or anyone else about what they've been doing and how much they're giving, you might want to look at yourself and ask yourself what have you been doing enough?
I'm not pointing a finger at Furry, but
I wasn't saying directly. I wasn't directly.
No, I know that, but for the long.
Okay.
Oh, listen, Golden, I get that, but for the longest time, Furry would just go and I'd say this, prance around. I didn't mean that in a homophobic way, but just do these things. They're just. It's like, what? Why in the hell are you messing with these people? Because they're not doing anything. They're not a member of authority or They have no authority over anybody.
Right.
It's
And
like,
Matt,
why even bother?
right. And Matt, well, I agree. This is not a tit for tat. Like I said, if Free does a dumb video tomorrow that we don't like, the veterinary clinic or harassing someone like that, believe me, we will play that video relentlessly. This is not giving Free
I
a free
know.
pass. This is not giving her a free pass or like she's done in the past. What we're
I
doing
know.
is this is just saying, you know what? Kudos to you. You're doing something awesome, and I'd love to see more work like this done. And I think more auditors should do stuff like this who are in the streets more than the average Joe is.
Right.
Like I said, I think it's important to recognize when they do something great rather than just hammer them all the time and build constant resentment. Corrosive, what you were trying to get in there, buddy? What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, I was seeing a lot of comments in the chat about negative stereotypes about homeless people. And I just wanted to point out, didn't really see this addressed. In the last 20 years or so, there's been a very pointed move because of the stigma of mental illness to close down state-run shelters and facilities for homeless people, or not homeless people, for people with mental health issues that aren't terribly severe, the kind where they're unlikely to harm themselves or others. And so there are privately run facilities where if you have a social security check, they'll take you in and give you a room and keep an eye on you. But if you don't have that coming in, you're pretty much on the street. And if your family can't afford to put you in a facility and can't take care of you, they end up floating to places like Seattle, Portland, California. And so it's not that they won't get a job. In a lot of cases, in those instances, it's that they can't because they can't hold one down. And there aren't facilities set up for this, the type of place where they would live in a place and then go to work every day with, a supervision and with assistance. So there's a lot of those walking wounded out there that aren't necessarily homeless by choice. It's just because there is nowhere that they fit in society currently. Absolutely. And unfortunately, attempting to destigmatize mental health issues has led to them falling through the cracks and being ignored rather than helped. That's all I had to say.
No, you're 100% right. And Adam, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump over you like that, Corrosive. Regarding Adam's comment, no one's saying Furry's a saint. I'm saying kudos to Furry for doing something, period. Just because you do something does not make you a saint. But I said, if someone does something decent and, I think it's fair to call them out and say, hey, listen, good job.
That's fair enough.
And regarding what you're saying, Corrosive, the mental thing actually goes back longer. I mean, I'm in my 50s. I remember when I was younger, there used to be a lot of mental hospitals for help. And this is back in the 80s, they started shutting down. And they were just disposable people. They, didn't know what to do with them. Families didn't know what to do with them. They didn't know how to handle them. Law enforcement doesn't know how to handle them. I mean, we're not psychologists. We're not shrinks. There's only so many beds in hospitals. And you're right. They become disposable humans, and they're just put out there to fend for themselves, unfortunately.
Yeah, that started under the Reagan administration. Time-wise, there were a lot of scandals that came out of state mental health facilities where they had been getting less and less funds every year, and the costs of treatment were more and more, and people were in bad conditions and were badly mistreated. Mm-hmm. So in a lot of cases, instead of directly addressing the issues, they just closed the facilities and relied on private agencies to handle it, which was great until the money runs out. And I've known people that lived in those places. Their stuff gets stolen. I mean, I knew a lady, she had her false teeth stolen. Every time she'd get a pair, somebody would steal them within a month. Wow. And just because that's what happens. People do stuff like that. And it was really sad to see them, but there's nothing you can really do for them because none of us can afford to pull them out of that individually. And, the best you can do is try and help them when you can. My sister owned a coffee shop, and we had free coffee and a free meal every day for those people, that sort of thing. And if you have a place that does, like if you have a local cafe or coffee shop that does the free coffee thing on the wall, buy one. You never know who's going to come in and use it and need it, that sort of thing. That's how you can help locally and make a direct impact in your community without handing it to some overarching charity that's going to take a lot of your contribution back in self-funding fees and hand very little out on the other end. Think globally, act locally.
Yes, John Bon Jovi, of all people, he has a restaurant in New Jersey that he started several years ago that basically he feeds the homeless for free. There's no prices on the menu. You basically pay what you can. Doesn't matter if Trump walks in, or it doesn't matter if a homeless guy walks in. You pay what you can, and he just feeds whoever comes in the door. And that mold has caught on throughout the U.S. There's several other restaurants like that. And it's amazing that the amount of wasted food we have as a nation between buffet cruise ships that could feed thousands of people. It's disheartening. I mean, it's scary that much food we actually waste. And regarding Adam's, what's furry doing? Well, furry. I mean, again, I'm not a furry fan. I'm not a tater tot. I'm not. I've made many comments against furries videos. I've helped strike furries videos. I've privacy strikes. But I said, at least she's going out there. She is buying stuff for the homeless. She's buying blankets. She's buying coats. She's buying feminine hygiene products. You know, and I'm not coming at you, Adam. What are you doing? What am I doing? You know, it's the same thing. It definitely brought more awareness to my eyes. And as Becca said, out of sight, out of mind. I think it's important, especially during any time of the year, but more so during the winter and the holidays. These are human beings, man. Don't just step over them.
I have a good friend that has a very small restaurant. That's the only Italian restaurant in this very small town, and he's been closed down. It's going on, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, whatever. But he is very, capable of going, okay, we have all this pasta, we have all this sauce, so and he gives it away. Now he's not making any money. Obviously, he's losing money. But the fact is, he's going, well, we can do this because he said, I'm not really losing money in the fact that I'm making this sauce and pasta because I already have it. But he said at some point you have to look at the fact, and this place is not cheap, but it's not expensive either. But the vast majority of people that live in this area are not going to go there. And he's just kind of like, hey, whatever I've got left, give it away. I think that's fair enough.
Fair enough. All right, guys, I got nothing else. We're on 2 hours now. I think we're pretty much done for the night.
I think Paulie's gonna start at 10.
Thank you guys for having me up here tonight. This was nice. It was a good change.
Golden, anytime. You're
it's
welcome.
nice to have you, Golden.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of like fangirling with Golden up here.
Oh God, little old me. Oh goodness. Thanks, Sasha, for she's rallying for me in the chat. She's awesome as well. You guys are awesome. And again, reach out to your local shelters, reach out to your local domestic violence shelters as well. They definitely could use the help, especially this time with the pandemic and everything going on. So yeah, they're struggling.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks, guys. Much love, and I will catch you guys on the flip.
Sounds
good.
Thanks a lot, guys. Subscribe to Golden Eyes, EYEZ, and Paulie Crispy Danger Zone. Subscribe to that tool also.
It's Thursday night fights at the Crispy Zone.